Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is 3 o'clock, first video of the week. I've just made a video for almost 10 minutes and I accidentally deleted it. So let's try to do this again. I make this a productive video that's quick and direct to the point. First things first, let's touch on last week. I shorted oil on Monday. Tuesday, I covered half that short. The other short went on. That short kind of went in the red. The other half I added to my short yesterday. Oil today is down 7%. And I mentioned to everybody I am shorting UCO and USO down 3% today. And USO, if you guys feel that this is not financial advice, this is for educational purposes. If you feel that you think short oil is going down, SCO would be a way that you could potentially do this without having to short anything. This is up to you, but this is 2X. I am short oil. Okay, now let's jump into the Nasdaq. I said this on my video 3 minutes ago, and I'm going to have to re-say this. What I mentioned for the last couple of weeks, flexibility is your best ability. This is a prime example of it, of not being stuck in your ways and being able to change on new information provided. We are having now, 10 days, I think, in a row. I think this is 10 green sessions, like unprecedented. Doomsday people were like here. I mean, we are so close to an all-time high. Needless to say, since my last video on Monday, I was day trading, which I mentioned Monday, the week leading up in the beginning. I shifted once I got confirmation, and I talked about follow-through days. I got that, and I shifted very quickly to swing trading, and now I'm holding a good amount of positions. However, with that said, we got 9, 10 green days in a row. I think it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 days if today closes green, which it certainly looks like it. With that said, we're extended now. You're not going to go run to go buy anything. So let this catch up. We're due for a little bit of a pullback, which would be healthy, because if this just keeps going up, this is just not going to be a constructive way. So flexibility, best ability, be able to trade and change your path. Bitcoin, I mentioned Bitcoin. I bought a large spot position at 67,000. I was on record for that. Doing good. We're at 74. I personally think we're going to see 80. My sell target for that swing trade is probably in the 80 range. Low 80s is where I think we're going. I'm happy with selling at 80. That's a spot. I still have my other Bitcoin, which I'm not selling, but that's my trade. Bitcoin looks extremely productive. You could actually see it. I'm not going into many indicators, but you could see the curl and you could see the moving averages converging, the 50 and the 21, which is nice. Gold, another one where I mentioned this low. This was the low when it touched it kissed the 200 and bounced right up, looking really constructive. I'm still in the camp of 6,000 an ounce. I say gold still looks like it's constructively a buy to me. Okay. So we did gold, we did oil. Now let's go into trades that are working and what I'm trading and what I'm not trading. I'm going to first touch on positions I'm holding, and then I'll go into watch list stuff. I'm going to go Sandisk. Sandisk, if you recall, I was day trading this quite a bit. I got in this last week. It's having a hell of a move. It's been upgraded a bunch of times. This thing is just going parabolic. Down 1% today. I'm not going to advocate to go out and buy this, but it's kind of hard not to want to own this if you don't own it. I think you'd be buying this a little stretch. So I would pump the brakes. I have a better option if you want to own one of these memory names. Micron, I bought this also last week. This is a trade, is lagging Sandisk, but it's not as extended. It's a bigger market cap, so it doesn't move like Sandisk does, but now today up 6.5% and really getting close to an all-time high in the breakout. I like this chart a little bit better because it based, as opposed to Sandisk where there was no base on that pullback. Very little and just parabolic run. Either way, you got to own, you don't have to. You should own one of these names, their strength. So I own that. ARW, I sold half my position actually about an hour ago. I caught this big move yesterday. I was mentioning this for a couple weeks now, or I'm sorry, like 2 weeks. I got into this really nice swing trade. This was one of my few swing trades, even when the market was correcting. It was showing relative strength. Sold half and I got my other half. This is extended also, but I just want you to have this on your watch list for next week or later this week. This is a name of strength. And so when I say that, relative strength names are going to power the market. You want to own the leaders during these times. CIEN, another one, which admittedly I did trim a little bit yesterday and I trimmed a little bit more today. I am still holding a little bit of the position, but I think if it doesn't close above yesterday or today's low, I needed to close above yesterday's low. If not, I think I'm going to trim it. I'm up. I've had a really good trade on this since last week. So Sienna, another name I like, but it was due for a pullback. Like, look, it ran up. Everybody's like, oh, CIEN. Like, dude, it ran up. Like, from December, it ran from, 186 to 4. I mean, like, what more are you going to ask for? AMD, I bought this last week on Tuesday, I think it was. Tuesday or Wednesday. I think AMD's running up to all-time highs. This chart looks phenomenal. Little bit of high on the run-up. I think you could nibble, take a little piece if you want to wet your beak a little bit, but this looks like a great chart. As you guys know, this was one of my best trades in 2025 was AMD, and Robinhood. So this has done wonders for me. I'm riding it again. Also, I own this in my IRA, and I'm up, just to give you an idea, not to brag about this, but I'm up like 100 and something or 150% of my IRA. It's like crazy. So it goes to show that sometimes you park some stocks in your IRA for conviction and you could withstand some of the correction periods. And anyways, TGTX, I still own this. This has been good. This is an oldie but a goldie, really looking nice, trying to break out. I think this is actionable as well. If you like that biotech sector, I think that's going to be a really in favor sector of business in the next couple of weeks. I still own Open. I'm not going to show you, I'll show you the chart looks terrible. I know I get so much heat. It's like my one dog. Like, I mean, look, all in all, it doesn't look that bad. The volume is like non-existent, but it's just making a ledge. I get it. We'll talk about it when it's $10 a share. IMNM, I'm still in this. This is a swing. This was not so much a swing, but more a conviction for this year. It's really looking good. I really like this stock, but for some of you, they'll want those quick gains, maybe not applicable for you. So I'm in MU. Okay. So swings, that's it. Obviously, I have a very large position that I'm shorting oil. Caterpillar, I did buy this stock last week. This is expensive for some. I don't know if you like to play it. I think Caterpillar's breaking out. I did buy it last week. Just pointing out what I'm in, heavy construction, infrastructure. I love this name. I'm in it also. PRIM, if you guys want to wet your beak a little bit in the same sector of business, this is on my watch list. I have not bought it. This chart looks fantastic. This might be purchased by me today. Really love the industrial engineering construction space. The chart looks good. If you want to have exposure, this would be one name that you could take really close to a moving average. Looks really constructive. This is a name that you might want to look. Let's go on to the trades I talked about last week. ACLS, I sold this yesterday, maybe a day early. Sold ACLS. This was a good trade. That is I no longer own that, but that was a good trade. That was a winner. I'm going to show you a loser. Fastly, big time loser. As you can see, it broke down. So let me talk about this. This was the beauty of setting a stop loss. I was up like 8% on this trade, and then I ended up losing 8%, admittedly. But if I didn't have a stop loss, I would have lost 25% more on this by my calculations. For dear God, people set stop losses. I did it. I lost 8%. That's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. Every time I buy a stock, I set a stop loss for the most part, except for like oil and open. And open, I'm down 30%. So every time I don't do it, it never works for me the way I anticipate. Every time I set a stop loss, either my stocks go up or I get stopped out with only losing 7-8%, and the stock goes down 20% more below. And I thank myself that I set it, because no person could come here and start telling you that every stock they're going to buy is going to hit. They'd be lying to you. Anybody that tells you that's a straight up liar and a fake. So you have to set your stops. You got to mitigate your downside risk. But the reason that all of these stocks, Fastly being one, Akami or whatever the hell it's called being the other. I mean, this is another one. I mean, look at this. These tech cybersecurity stocks got annihilated mainly because of Claude, Mythios that was announced last week. That could basically eliminate this whole market share. I think Datadog was another one that got slaughtered, if I'm not Datadog. So this one didn't take it as bad. A bunch of these cybersecurity stocks just got killed because of the emergence of Claude and what their program could do. And this is just nasty. I mean, if you own this stock and your stock goes in one day from 110 to $90, it's $20 loss, and you just sat through this, and this, that's unexcusable. You should have set a stop loss. And yeah, I'm proud to say I lost on this, but I lost 8%, not 30% like everybody else. So Loser. Sorry, that one didn't work out. Yeah. Okay. I don't have anything else on my swings. I gave you the one that I'm interested in buying, which is PRIM, PRIM. I'm definitely interested to see a pullback to the moving averages in a couple names that I would like to add to. I think Micron and Amazon, or I'm sorry, not Amazon, AMD. Micron is really, this is nice because this is trading tight right now with this moving average and bouncing off a ledge. Zach's bull of the day spotlight. So, okay, MU 7% surge. There you have it. I think this keeps boogieing, and AMD been a great trade. So I've had some good ones. I think ultimately you have to take some profits. You know, the market behind us is up again, almost 2% on the Nasdaq. It's just wild, like absolutely craziness. The market just is just, and we have nothing settled yet with Iran. It's just wild. Anyways, the market always front runs information. Oil's down. I'm betting oil's going to keep going down more. And that's it. That's all I got for you. I'm going to try to come back at the end of the week. Put those couple stocks on your watch list. Set your stop losses. Please keep in mind, again, I'm going to mention this. This is 10 days up, guys. So don't FOMO in to anything, only unless if it's close to a moving average and you set a stop loss. Do not buy something without setting a stop loss, and don't FOMO into anything. 10 days up, this is common sense is going to tell you this is going to pull back. I would go as far as saying we are due for probably a decent pullback day. So that should serve as an opportunity. It'll let it come back to the moving averages and really give you a real nice opportunity to get some of the names that you really want to buy. So put together your shopping list, watch them closely, and try to make some money. All right, guys. Have a great week. Set your stop losses. Don't be a putz.